before you become bishop, that is your last work as a missionary. Because you said you teach, you become professor, you become rector. And this missionary is something in between or?
At the beginning of my ordination. Soon after my ordination, I was appointed in St. Andrew Parish for 2 years. That I got experience with the boarding house system.
Okay.
So after 2 years there, my bishop sent me to the mission area. Because he was not able to send me to China right away.
Yeah,
so he sent me China border. So at least I know some Chinese culture, something like that.
Yes.
With that purpose, he sent me, and I got the opportunity to stay with the people over there and to learn from there. Recently, we celebrated Silver Jubilee of the arrival of Catholic Church in that area.
Okay.
So we went back.
So you went there.
Yeah.
That's very interesting because don't you feel it nicer to be a missionary? You know, because you said you have to teach them. There's nothing there. You have to start digging by yourself. You have to work by yourself. You have to learn their language. You have to adapt yourself to their culture. It's not a very easy job, right? It's just like as if you're going to America, you have to adapt yourself. But here, with nothing so much, because in a very remote area, you have to learn to survive, right? So don't you feel you wanted to become more like a missionary instead of a priest?
Yeah, I wish if I have an opportunity, I want to go back such kind of area to be a missionary. You know, when I was studying in the major seminary as a rector, I was counting the years. After these years, I will finish my 10th year, and it would be nice if I have a kind of, how to say, mission area or small parish, something like that, to be with the people.
What is there, something that all of you crave to be there in a mission area when it's nothing to give you comfort in life?
So they are the people they are most in need, and also their simplicity and their trust. So they touch me a lot. They touch me a lot, and they are left. They do not understand what kind of degree I have, but they understand how much I left them, how much I care for them. So that's enough for them. So sometimes I was also working at the farm together with them. So they always remember that. So last month when I go back, so they were telling about that. So Father, you work together with us, no? And they were also proud seeing me going back to them, not as a priest, but as a bishop. Hey, you are from our village, from our region. So they were proud of that also.
And this mission area that you mentioned, the border, they are not Catholic, or are they Catholic?
They are not Catholic. They are not Catholic. They are some Buddhist, and then some animist. So, but when they see the missionary group working for their children education, working for their health, and then working for their living standard, and then seeing our way of worship, so Father, we want to become a Christian, something like that.
So
Christian.
You lead by example. Because, you know, by January 24 to 31, we are going to celebrate our 51st International Eucharistic Congress. Since you mentioned Adoration Chapels plays a very important role in your life also, and prayer, and the way you talk to Jesus, you have a special relations with Him or encounter with Jesus in the Eucharist. So don't you think that, you know, because you said in this mission area, not all of them are Catholics, are Buddhists, but, you know, you were accepted to help them and to be able to show example that they decided to become one, right? So this is something like a mission call for you to show them and for them to understand that they have to trust God. There is faith after all. We know Asia, the culture is very diverse. And most of the major religions are here. Buddhism, Hinduism, you know, even Mohammed, Muslim, something like that. And then Taoism is here. So the one of the theme that we have, you know, in that is very important to have dialogue. Mission is always the number one, you know. And the second is dialogue among the interreligious, you know. And I think you are already practicing what the team is asking for those who are attending all about, right? So you believe that the Eucharist will always play an important role to be able to gather people from different, you know, belief.
Yes.
So how do you perceive the Eucharist here, the role of the Eucharist?
So, I like to call back my experience in America. So when I got all sorts of difficulties, so one day I was sitting in the chapel before the exposed blessed. So Jesus, the people in Myanmar also worship you. The people in America also worship you. You are everywhere. As you are with me in Myanmar, so you are also here with me together. As you protect me, as you guide me, I believe you continue to protect me and guide me. So by remembering, by seeing, I'm trying to get a strength in order to survive my life over there. So Eucharist is a kind of, center for us to get our encouragement and then to be united together.
Okay.
Because the priest and the professor in America, they are also worshiping you. So as their God, I'm also worshiping you as my God. So even though they are Americans, even though I'm Myanmar, we are brothers and sisters. So that's a kind of encouraging me.
Okay.
So they are my friends and my family. So it also helped me to be able to mix with them, to stay together with them. So Eucharist is a kind of uniting, drawing us to be together, to understand one another, to have the family spirit.
What do you see in this International Eucharistic Congress? Why do we have to have it every 4 years?
Even a national gathering of our Marian feast, by seeing different cultures and different peoples coming together to celebrate the Marian feast, we are encouraged. We learn from one another, so we also have a mutual respect and understanding. So we can come back. We come back with enthusiasm as I love for our Mother Mary. So also it will be the same. Not only in national level, in international level, we go to the festival, to the congress, see the different people from different parts of the world, and then worshiping, adoring, coming together for only one purpose, only one Lord. So it will be very strengthening for the people in Myanmar. So when they come back also, they will be able to share their experience and their love for Jesus and their Eucharistic adoration.
How I wish that I know you are coming, so you are really very welcome, in Cebu. And I'm sure the experience, although you know Filipino way of life already, more or less because of what you meet in the United States. But also being in Cebu is quite different. You will see the Cebuano faith is quite different, and I think you will really like it. But we will continue sa pagbabalik po ng programang Power to Unite with Elvira.